How do you relate with the generations that came before you? What we really understand of a particular society is through architecture. Say France or Italy or Hyderabad old streets, it really defines the land. It gives a definition to a certain era, to a certain period. It shapes the society for now and for years to come. And therefore, it's a big responsibility. I'm Aparna Kaushik. I'm an architect. I'm based out of Delhi. We do high-end residential architecture and interiors. Especially when you do homes, you can't stick to a particular genre. When you work with families, it is their emotions, their aspirations, their expectations from their homes. So it's a really, really big responsibility. We need to really diversify and learn more and more styles. You know, when you're growing up, your first interaction with spaces is your parents taking you to vacations. I think my first memory is of Rambagh Palace when me and my family, we went there for the weekend. I was just taking a tour as a young kid throughout the property, and I was wondering at that point in time, can I create all this? I was always a person who was drawn to aesthetics. Since I was a bright student, I was expected to follow a certain norm. In those days, very often understood that you'll either pursue medicine or engineering because you're a bright student. Architecture was nowhere in the cards for me at that time. My first interaction with the medical college when I went to submit my application, I knew that this is not what I want to do. Back in those days, we had no counseling literally. I had to find out for myself what is that field that is actually to do with aesthetics. Architecture sounded a perfect balance between art and science. So I opted architecture. My first 10 years was mostly working with modern projects. To the point where, I started realizing a kind of dead end. I feel that as an architect, I need to grow. So how can you be doing the same thing over and over again for decades? Every project is like the anxiety that you have before going on stage. You cannot get your act together right in the first attempt. And when it actually comes to life, it's always a great learning also. When we are designing, we're designing it particularly for our clients. If the clients are not happy, it is still an incomplete journey. I really want my designs to be timeless, to be appreciated through the generations. The idea is not at all to recreate the past. The idea is not to imitate an architecture, but take what is the best. I would not like to think in terms of the fact that I am successful. It's a race that nobody has won ever. I think it's a journey. If everyone has enjoyed it, in the end, perhaps we can look back and say that it's successful. The young generation is far more expressive than we used to be. The only thing they should focus on is consistency. The imprint that I would want to leave on time, the teams that I have worked with, to be extremely happy and look back on those experiences.